What's up, guys? Nepenthes here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, guys, we are starting with two more, hopefully, huge additions to the squad. We're really building a bit of a Real Madrid contingency here. We've got 5 Real Madrid players, 3 Barcelona players, 2 Arsenal players, and an ex-Arsenal player. So that's pretty interesting. But we picked up Luka Modric, guys. I actually got him for 92k with a Shadow Chem style already applied to him, which is what I was going to go for anyway, because his passing and dribbling is already so clean. He's got great stamina, good shooting. I have a feeling he's going to be exceptional this year. So yeah, we picked up Luka Modric, guys. 62,000. He's actually selling for about 92,000. He's actually selling for about 95,000. And I got Shadow Chem style on him, so I could even sell him probably for about 97 or 98. And then we also picked up Marcelo for 33,250, and I put a Shadow Chem style on him too. He gets a really good boost with Shadow, 97 acceleration and 90 sprint speed, good defending. His only downside is stamina, but I set my fullbacks to stay back while attacking anyway, so I'm hoping that's not going to be too much of a problem. Otherwise, I might have to go for Mendy in the left-back role. I also want to make another upgrade to the team over the next episode or two, and that is going to be getting Neto out of goal and getting Jan Oblak in goal. I'm about 30 to 40,000 coins short right now. I've got some informs on the trade pile. Once they sell, I'll be able to pick him up. But for the time being, I can't. And then Alan, guys, is on the bench for us right now. He's going to get subbed in for the bronze striker, John Jules here. Interestingly enough, since I picked up Sergio Ramos, he's played 7 games for us. That's 1 Rivals game by mistake that I won, and that's 6 Foot Champs games. I've only won 2 of those 6 Foot Champs games. I'm not necessarily saying it's the fault of Sergio Ramos, because he's definitely better than Umtiti. It just wasn't clicking for me yesterday. I don't really have an explanation for it. But yeah, we are down. We went from 13-2. As you see, I sold Umtiti, Di Maria, Isco, Rakitic. That's where these coins were coming from. Some bronze cards as well. Yeah, we were 13-2, and we're now 14-6. So 1 win out of the last 5 games. It's been tough, man. It's been tough, and it's not necessarily that my opponents are necessarily great. Like, a couple of the opponents were really strong, really good players. It's more that I'm just. Sometimes I'm really switched on and I'm getting good attacking options and scoring really cool goals and seeing the runs and seeing the easy passes. And sometimes I'm just not. And so I've got to work on that. Otherwise, I'm going to get stuck in this kind of gold 1/gold 2 category for the whole year. And I don't want that. We've won our 9 Foot Champions games, though. So we get our first icon swaps card. I will work on the offline stuff ASAP as well. And we'll go from there. But I'm tempted, guys, as well, to kind of change the squad up a little bit more and start perhaps Eden Hazard at left wing so that we can get him on full chem, and then start perhaps a different centre mid in centre mid so that we can bring Walcott on as a sub. I'm also very tempted to get Ousmane Dembele into the squad instead of Pepe. So, you know, I'm kind of developing into a La Liga squad right here. But Pepe right now is selling for 150,000 coins, and Ousmane Dembele, obviously with the 5-star, is selling for 72,000 coins. Even if I could just get the 72k and buy Dembele, start him, and then sub Pepe on as a super sub, or sub Walcott on as a super sub, start Hazard and Dembele, start any other La Liga player up front as my striker, we could have like a good La Liga squad out here. Hilariously, I actually don't know why I bought Marcelo now that I bought Marcelo. I'm a little bit frustrated with myself. I can sell him for a profit, thankfully. But I wanted Carvajal because I wanted to put Semedo at left back and Carvajal at right back, because Carvajal with a shadow is actually a brilliant fullback. So I'm gonna go and make those changes. That's my fault, and he's cheap as well. He's only like 19k. So I've got the coins available already. I can't believe I bought Marcelo. I knew I wanted to do that as well. I don't know why I went in for Marcelo there. That's just my old man brains, that is. So Marcelo is 34,000 coins. Yeah, I sniped him, not for that much cheaper, but the fact that I put a shadow on him, hopefully we'll be able to get about 36k back for him. He's actually ended up going to cost me some coins. The problem with Carvajal is that he doesn't link properly, so we're going to have to put him over there. And now we get to go and get Carvajal, and hopefully we can pick him up with a shadow player. Let's have a look at what we're saying. So he's 20k. Even if we can get him at 22k or something like that with a shadow already applied, that'd be fine. It does put us a little bit closer to Oblak and Ousmane Dembele though, which is quite nice. So there's some cards here. I definitely want him with a shadow, and I'm not paying for another shadow chem style, so we're gonna have to buy him with a shadow. Let's see, no more than 22, 23k, I'd suppose. There you go. There's one at 23k with a shadow. I'll pick it up, and Marcelo sold as well. So we're up to like 40k coins. Obviously, we're gonna get squad battles rewards quite soon as well. So with squad battles and the items that we've got to sell, getting Jan Oblak and Ousmane Dembele today shouldn't really be that much of a problem. You guys might not see it until the next video though, because I've still got 10 champs games to go. As I say, I'm 14-6. I'm looking for gold one again, but I'm not playing good today. And it's not an excuse. I'm just playing bad, right? So hopefully we can still focus hard and come out good and get a good gold one finish as a bare minimum. Let's get into our custom tactics real quick and make sure we can set this team up so it's the right way around. So we've got Carvajal right back. Yeah, see, I had a feeling something was going to go wrong here. Luka Modric and Arturo Vidal need to be swapped around. Then Alan will come on for John Jules. Hazard, Walcott and Pepe up front. And then for the 4-4-2 that I have as well, that I sometimes switch into, we need Vidal and Modric in the midfield. That defense is nice. Pepe on the right. And then sadly, it'll be Alan at that left mid spot. And obviously, I'd sub him off or sub somebody else on for that spot. So that's where we're at, guys. That's where the team is. That's where the account is. As I say, I don't even know where I'm at on squad battles right now. Maybe gold 2, gold 3. So I've got a lot of squad battles games to play. I've only got 8 hours to get them done. It'll only take us 2 or 3 wins to get up into gold 1, but I want to finish elite because I want those 2 25k packs, that 35k pack, and those 12,000 coins. That should be enough to get us Oblak and Dembele. At the very least, Oblak or Dembele. Whether or not we can get Oblak and Dembele after that, I don't know. But we're going to try our best, guys. We'll have some more of the FUT Champs gameplay in for today's video. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So in we go to our squad battles rewards. Just to keep you updated real quick, we've sold some of the items on the trade pile. We've only got a few things left on the trade pile now. What a waste of space. I am doing okay in FUT Champs. We went from 13-2 to 14-6 to now 18-6. So we're well in for a gold 1 finish here. But first of all, we've got our squad battles rewards. I grinded, and we got Elite 3. So the 12,000 coins is going to be nice. The Mega Pack and 2 Premium Gold Players Pack is going to be nice. Of course, the aim is now to upgrade. I bought Dembele as well. You will see it, me purchasing him, but we picked him up. As a sub, he's got 5 goals and 4 assists in 4 games. He's been very good. But I want to start him. So we're going to change the team around once we can get Oblak, and probably after this weekend league. I'm probably not going to change it around before this weekend league finishes, because it will just be a bit of a ball ache for positioning and stuff. So I just want to be able to basically make enough coins for Oblak. I think he's about 70,000. Oh, yeah, I've got the 2 rare gold packs. I forgot about those. Let's go. Oblak is currently... What do we get here? Not border or walkout. He's currently 50k-ish. So I need to make about 30,000 coins from packs, or I could just, sell and discard some items. Is Pulisic worth anything still? Okay, so about 1,500 coins for him. That's not too bad. Harry Maguire. I might keep Maguire as a first-owned Premier League and English centre-back. The rest of it we'll get rid of there. Rooney can go for 800. And that leaves us with another... I forgot about the pre-order packs, man. That's nice. So, yeah, we need about 30k coins. I just want to get... Oh, I can actually get 15k back from... what's his face? Oh, here we go. Border or walkout. Come on, EA. It's only a board. Hamshik. Oh, it's... Oh, wait. Is that... No, it's not Hamshik. Oh, it's Campbell, isn't it? It's even worse. Oh, God. Is Teixeira worth anything? Nope. Unlucky. All right, that was tough, man. I was hoping... Oh, Harriet, not in form anymore, huh? I was hoping for something nice there. Out of that board, but it's an 83 rated that is worthless. I'll hold on to him for the time being. I'll sell duplicate 83s even just for the 1,500 to 2,000 coins. And that leaves us with 2 Premium Gold Players Packs. But yeah, I can sell Neto for about 15k. So I need about 25k, I think. Is that another board? No, it's not. God damn it. Oh, my luck in these packs has been pretty woeful the last week or so. We did have a good string of luck. Where we was getting some nice players, but more recently, yeah, look at that, that's terrible. More recently, it has been really poor. 2 more packs to go. Come on. Come on, EA. Here we go. Border walkout. Nope, just kidding. Maybe a good 80 or 82. Even Jean Felix at like 8k would be nice. No, that's this mega pack better be a mega pack. Otherwise, we're not getting Oblak until tomorrow or another day. That has been pretty terrible. And then our mega pack, was the grind worth it? Was the hours put in this evening worth it? It is a border or walkout. Come on, EA. It's not a walkout. Is it? Oh, it's Tadic, isn't it? It's an 85. Could still be something good in here. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, it's an 84. Sorry, I beg your pardon. So Tadic and Khedira. What's Tadic worth? Like 3.8k for an 84. And Khedira's worth less, like 1,500 coins. All right, so that's pretty bad. We might have something good as a duplicate. A Hawk and an Anchor, quite helpful. Hawk currently selling for like 1,400. And the Anchor, I think, is up about 3k or so right now. Yeah, like 3k for the Anchor. That's not too bad. We'll keep that. We'll get rid of those. Oh, Harriet again. Cool. Love to see him in the pack. So, yeah, maybe I could sell off things right now and just go and get Oblak. Is it worth it? I don't know. I might make the cut. I might not. But that, guys, is our Squad Battles rewards. It definitely wasn't worth me grinding to Elite 3. Let's get into some gameplay. All right, guys, as we go into the action and gameplay, we have got a lot to get through today. I did end up buying Ousmane Dembele. Skills highly recommended him, and lots of top tier players have him in the squad. So I decided to go and pick him up, and I only used him as a sub, but he was still very influential. As you'll see through today's results, I go on good streaks and bad streaks, man. And this game yesterday was really getting the better of me. It was really kind of getting in my head, which I haven't let it do really this year. A lot of the time this year, I've just managed to stay focused, even through the cheese, because of the the problems in this game that are here, which we will talk about again a little bit more today. But after an 8-hour stream, after playing 10 games of squad battles to get those elite rewards you guys just saw. And where was I when we was at squad battles? I think I was at 19-6 or something like that, maybe 18-6. So I was doing all right. I did manage to get to the same amount of wins as last week with 3 games to go, and then I sadly, and spoilers here if you don't want to hear it, but I sadly end up losing the final 3 games, and all 3 players were, I don't want to say stream snipers, but they all messaged me afterwards. One of them was a pro player. He finished 27-3 this week. One of them was a viewer who was 21-6 at the time he played me, and finished 27-3 last week, but he had played all 30 games like Sunday evening. And then the other one was just a viewer who messaged me who finished elite as well. So my final 3 games were against elite 1 to elite 3 tier players whilst I was in gold 1. And it was just, again, I don't want to call stream sniping. It was just bad, like unfortunate matchmaking, right? If I got a little bit more fortunate matchmaking and faced up against somebody who's also in gold 1 and trying to push for elite, maybe I would have picked up the wins and got it. So it was good to get to 21 and 21-6 and still have 3 games left. It was an improvement on last week, but then losing all 3 games in a row, same as last week, even though I've got a better team, and I felt like I played better FIFA this weekend. But those 2 bad stints from 13-2 to 14-6 and then 21-6 to 21-9 just absolutely killed me. Just 1 or 2 of those games go the other way, and boom, I'm in elite. So the positive news is we're getting there. But sadly, it just wasn't the weekend for us, really. It wasn't our weekend. So, first comment is from David Gideon. He says, anyone else mad about his chem lol? I knew it would frustrate a few people. I think I'm on 98 team chem, and I have a few players off chem. This week, from today, really, I'm going to start focusing on the icon tokens. I'm going to get Guardiola as quick as possible. We are going to change the team up a little bit more again. What my plan is to keep Semedo at left back, Carvajal at right back. I'm probably going to get rid of Ramos. There was a comment about that as well, so we'll get to that in a second. I'm probably going to get rid of Ramos and get Titi back. And then we're going to keep Eder Militao. And I'm going to get rid of Neto and pop Oblak in goal. We're going to run Vidal and Pep at CDM. And I'm going to start with Modric at centre cam. I think I'm going to switch into the 4-2-3-1. If not, if I play 4-1-2-1-2, I'm going to have Pep and Modric as my centre mids. And then it's going to be Dembele, Hazard and Walcott as my cam and strikers. If, however, I played a 4-2-3-1, it's going to be Modric as my cam, my central cam, Hazard as my striker, and then Walcott and Dembele as my 2 wide cams. And I'm after playing with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, as I've been playing, and playing with the tactics I've been using, which is like high depth, pressure on heavy touch, and trying to like suffocate my opponents. It works really well against lesser opponents. Even if they've got better teams and stuff, it works really well because they don't have the composure to pass out of their back line or to break through my press after I lose possession in the offensive third. However, the higher form I got, the easier it was for better players to just pick me apart with that heavy press, pass around me, use the skill moves that are broken and abused, and create comfortable, easy chances. So I've definitely got to rethink my tactics. And one thing that I watch is I watch Nick play FIFA, and he has a couple of tactics, especially on his poor man's road to glory. He has like his base tactic, and then he has like a 3-5-2 aggressive offensive tactic. And he always does really well when he turns into it. Like he'll turn into his 3-5-2 and he'll score a couple of goals, and then he'll be like, all right, we're going to go back. And I'm sitting there thinking, no, don't go back. You've just switched into a tactic that's dominating. But yeah, he always goes back to his other tactic then to try and close out the game. And I need more of that. I have a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I have a 4-4-2 wide. I don't really have the personnel to set up properly for a 4-4-2. But I need to set up like a really strong defensive tactic, a really strong offensive tactic, and 2 base tactics that I can interchange between maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and a 4-2-3-1, just so that I've got the best options at my fingertips, really. But yeah, the chemistry it's changed, it's fixed. Next comment is from Adam Lewis. He says, hey Neps, I've been using left trigger, right trigger defending now for a while, and I found it really effective, but I noticed that a lot whenever my opponent passes the ball to his player and is within close proximity of the player I'm controlling, I never manage to intercept it, and I put this down to bad game mechanics. But then I realized left trigger, right trigger is also a way to tell your player to fake or leave the ball and do not touch it when it's close. Only way you get possession is when the ball is drilled at your player in front of not using LTRT. Love the vid. So what you're discussing there is actually what was formerly known as super cancel. EA removed super cancel from the game a couple of years ago. I don't know why. But yeah, basically when you used to hold L2, R2 together, you got essentially what was manual control of your player. It wouldn't lock on to anything. You'd lock off from everything. I'm not sure if it's still in the game, but you definitely raise a valid point, because there are so many times where I do position my player using left trigger, right trigger perfectly in the line of the pass, and he will watch the ball roll past his foot. And you just think, in this game, so many occasions, players stick out a leg and auto lunge to balls that they can't possibly get. And yet when the ball's like inches away from their foot and it's a simple foot out stop, they don't do anything. And it may well be due to left trigger, right trigger. So something to think about and something to work on for me, that's for sure. Look at that shot. So bad it went to Walcott. Yeah, something to work on for me going forwards, because I do have a lot of troubles with that as well. So yeah, maybe, you raise a very, very, very valid point right there. Geordie Boy says, you need to time your penalties like you would a timed shot. The target will turn green and score pretty much every time. So I've been working a little bit on set pieces, specifically free kicks, because free kicks around the area, if you can master the shot technique and timing them, you can score free kicks so easily. I scored one in the last episode with Theo Walcott. It made the guy rage quit. It was a banging free kick. And when I was practicing them, you can score some great free kicks. Like there's a few, the knuckleball and the dip ball are really, really good. So there's some really comfortable ways to score free kicks. Timing them is weird though, because when you shoot and you time a shot, the moment you have to time it is when the foot meets the ball, right? And EA last year, you had 2 to 4 frames to do that, which when you think about how short it takes for a frame to move in FIFA, that's not a lot of time, but you get accustomed to it. It becomes natural instinct, right? It becomes muscle memory to hit it within that 2 to 4 frames. This year, they've changed it so it's 1 frame now. So you have to hit it on the frame where the ball and the foot meets. And that's why, I've stopped timing as many shots. I still time some shots. I think this one here, actually, oh no, I mistimed that one. I time a few shots with Ousmane Dembele and I hit it green, but I mistime way more shots than I time right now, because hitting it on 1 frame instead of 2 to 4 frames is obviously considerably harder, and B, because of the input delay that you get, and specifically with shooting in this game, So many times you'll take the ball, you'll press shoot, and then they'll take a touch, maybe even another touch, and then shoot, or even sometimes not shoot, you know. So because of that, it also becomes really difficult to master timing shots in FIFA 20. But when you time free kicks and penalties, it's not when the foot meets the ball. It's really weird. You have to do it when I feel like it's when the standing foot gets planted, and it's a really weird mechanic to try and wrap my head around. So I'll spend more time this week focusing and working on that. But I don't think with penalties, timing penalties should be a thing. It tries to create a skill gap, but it doesn't. I feel like it does completely the opposite. I feel like you don't. I feel like it makes it so that then if you don't time penalties, you just can't score, and that's not a skill gap. You know, I like that. That just punishes everybody ultimately, because, as I say, with the way the shooting mechanics are and stuff, it's just not a good look, really. Patrick says, Nep, I don't feel pressured because other content creators aren't doing very well either. And then Castro, hold my tortilla. So first of all, congrats to Castro. Got 4th in the world and 30-0, all on stream as well, which is absolutely spectacular. I know he's got a great team, but take nothing away from that, because when content creators specifically play on stream, they get sniped at that high level by high level pros a lot. I can imagine Castro had to play some exceptional FIFA under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure to get 30-0. He had like 55,000 people watching him come the end of the stream as well. So incredibly delighted for him, and motivates me to the point where I'm gonna be sparring with a pro again over the coming days and weeks, because even though I'm on a road to glory, I want to be comfortably hitting elite. You know, last year I got 21 or 22 wins for the first 3 weeks in a row, and then in week 4 I eventually broke through and hit elite. This year I really thought, when I got to 21 and 6, I needed 2 wins out of 3 games. I really thought I was going to hit it. I started getting in my own head, and I was like, all right, we just got to play calm, focused FIFA now, and we'll get there. But I choked, I bottled it, and we didn't get there. But if we can hit elite next week, that will be a week ahead of last year, which will be obviously a positive there. Yeah, well done to Castro. In terms of the first part of the comment as well, I feel like it's taken a little out of context. I'm not saying, I'm not feeling pressure because other content creators are doing poorly or anything like that. It's more of a case of I like to know that I'm not too far behind the curve of where everyone is. It's not really a direct shot at those, I suppose. Svanur says, when you're talking about the bad gameplay you had at around 12 minutes, where your players seem to be very unreasonable and unresponsive, that's a gameplay I have to deal with 9 out of 10 games I play in any game mode. I'm not here to cry about it, but to let you know that other people have to deal with this, and very frequently. Not taking shots at you for complaining about it. You should, as we all should. This is something EA should really be concerned about, as I'm close to quitting FIFA as it's unplayable. Loving the road to glory and keep up the good work. And on the flip side of that comment, Ollie Hutchinson says, love your content, Nep, but on the topic of delay, it feels like it's now becoming a placebo for many people as an excuse for their ability. I understand that sometimes it's genuine, but much more common that people are in denial of their actual rank due to this placebo in their head. And that's kind of like what I was getting at last year, you know, when I said it, like, out of nowhere, I just started getting inundated. I'll tweet out, how's your weekend league going, guys? And I'll just get inundated with people can't play because delay. 10 and 8, but deserve to win all of them, but delay. You know, 5 and 5, should be 10 and 0, but delay. And there comes a point where people, like with Svanur, some people are experiencing this a lot, and some people are using it as a placebo, and it makes it really difficult to isolate the issues and specifically to help EA with feedback on the issues, when the people that are experiencing genuine unresponsiveness and genuine delay are getting drowned out by all these people that are just using it as an excuse. And that's fair to say that sometimes they all also may well be experiencing delay, but sometimes they might not be. Sometimes your part, you know, the passes might be bad, A, because you're aiming bad, B, because the pass lock is bad, C, if your opponent's on constant pressure or pressure after heavy touch, it has an influence in passing. If your players have low composure, it has an influence in passing. So it's not always the you know, the delay or the unresponsiveness. But this year, and this is where my own personal experience is how I feel. You know, last year in my personal experience, I didn't really experience delay all that much ever. You know, sometimes I would get it every now and then, and in terms of unresponsiveness, my gameplay was never really unresponsive at all. And so in my experience, I could feel very quickly when I had delay and when I didn't. This year, in my experience, I have delay far, far more than any other year. And it's important that we can recognize that last year, as I say, I was doing just as good as I was in terms of results compared to this year. So it's not actually impacting my results that badly, you know, and that's again important to realize for people that are like 8-8 but feel like they should be 12-4 or 13 and 13-3 or something. Having no delay isn't going to make you win games. It's just going to allow you to improve those areas of where the delay is costing you certain things. But that's not always necessarily the difference between winning and losing. For example, in the previous game to this one that you're watching, I was 2-1 down. I had just missed an absolute sitter of a chance. And then he scored a goal where I tried to pass it out. And I looked on stream as well where the pass situation was, right? I tried to pass it. I had two midfielders in a comfortable spot. And I had the ball basically on the edge of the area with my centre-back. And I tried to pass it through the middle. And I put enough power on it and brilliant accuracy on it to the point where it absolutely 100% should have been an accurate pass on my behalf, right? However, the pass went astray. He scored from it 3-1. Now, in that instance, delay has, or bad gameplay or unresponsiveness or just whatever it may be, has cost me, right? By the way, this guy here is a pro player. We so close to beating him as well. And he finished 27-3 this week, which again, makes me feel nice that I'm actually competing with these level of player until the extra time when he demolished me. So, you know, that one instance in that game for me cost me a goal that ultimately cost me the game, right? However, if my decision making was better earlier on in the game and I scored the ample opportunities that I created when I got to the box, that instance of delay or unresponsiveness would have had no relevancy on the game, right? And so on the one hand, you've got to understand that yes, this game has crazy unresponsiveness, specifically on the right stick, a lot with passing and shooting as well. And it does have delay as well. And again, specifically for North America, South America, Australian region and such. But it is also still, everyone's playing in it. So there is still, your skill is still relevant. You don't just lose games because of unresponsiveness or because of delay. Typically, there might be some games where you absolutely do. There might be some games where you're like, you know, this delay is so bad and this guy is so bad, but I can't perform and it's just ruining everything. But again, you know, it's important to understand the difference. And I think that's what Ollie was getting at. It's important to understand the difference of when it's the game and when it's yourself, because that's the only thing that's going to help you get better at FIFA. If you're constantly blaming the game and blaming delay, as bad as it is this year, you're never going to get better at the game. I had a fair few more comments, but we are running out of time here today, and you've just seen my absolute bottle here. This guy here finished 27-3 last weekend. He messaged me after the game, and it was I was heads gone at that point. I was playing triggered, playing angry, and he took me apart, and deservedly so. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video. So as you see, we finished 21-9 for the second week running. Hopefully next week we can improve on that. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.